Assalamu alaikum. So we are here with a few Ahmadi men and youth, and the simple question I'm asking all of them is, will you feel comfortable marrying someone who's more educated than you are? A girl, a female, who's more educated than you are, and just give me your simple answers. Anyone wants to go first?
I'll say yes. I don't see it as a problem. I wouldn't discourage, education for the Lajna members in our Jamaat. So I don't see how that's a bad thing.
But you will not feel uncomfortable
No, I would
marrying
not.
someone who's
I
more
would
educated.
I would see that as a plus.
You would see that as a plus. Fantastic.
Yes, I would agree. I think that a confident Ahmadi man would have no problem marrying an educated and enlightened Ahmadi woman. I think that the degree that she gets in, whatever she gets a degree in, that has a very important bearing on the type of marriage discussions. I think that when they're discussing things, they should be very clear as to whether she intends to apply her degree into service, because education.
Whether she wants to work and
yes,
whatnot.
Exactly, because education.
I would
is
say
never
that's a
work.
given. I don't want, I would say let's have the conversation with a given that she will like to work and she will not want to waste her degree. We'll come back to you in a second.
Yeah, I agree too. I think education's important. If you're educated, you can teach your children, raise your kids right. So I would see.
But if they want to work later on, use that degree.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's fine.
fantastic.
I would say a yes too, because the better the education, the more you can in life when you make decisions with people.
Very
they're
good.
more understanding.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, just I have the same opinion as everyone else.
So more education, not a problem.
Yeah.
I would say no, because the more education, especially in the Western world, the more right she's going to demand, and in most cases you might have to conflict with Islamic requirement that the wife is supposed to be submissive to the husband, and the more education, the more work she wants to do, the less time she will have for the home, for the children, for the family. So
Okay, this is an
not
interesting-
because I will be intimidated by education, but from the requirement that goes with such higher qualification, demand the work, the kind of work she will want to do, and the kind of hours she will have to spend on the work. So the work will come first, and the family will come second. So
I think that's the next question. So now let's just focus on that. Having said that, all of you said it's okay. So later on she wants to work and she wants to give more priority to her work, and balancing work and job will be difficult. Any thoughts?
Yeah, first of all, I think that overall I agree with everyone. I think as personally, even myself, if I were to marry someone who was higher educated than me, I don't think I have an issue. But I think from a practical standpoint, perhaps there's a level of the disparity between the two. Meaning if there's an associate's degree versus a PhD, as you mentioned, I think practically that could perhaps have some issues versus someone who has an associate's degree and a master's degree, or maybe a bachelor's and a master's degree. As far as what the previous question was, I think there is some truth to that, because in the practicality of things, Islam teaches very unique roles for both the husband and the wife, and I think sometimes a very career-oriented woman, for example, could conflict with whatever the husband's perspective is of that role.
Okay, very good. So career-oriented woman, that's the new term now. From education going to career. You comfortable with that? Somebody who wants to pursue a career?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a problem with that, then you should have realized that before you married her.
Okay, but you will not have a problem.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on
Job
when
comes
the day
first,
comes.
family comes next. You're okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's good. We need that kind of clarity.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too.
I'm fine with it too.
And then
well, from the experience, even though I've not been too long in marriage, but from the personal point of view, the family should come first.
It should
Because
come
whether you
first.
liked it or not, whatever you achieve in this world, and you can't transfer that or appreciate that in family you raise, what's the effort for? It's not worth that much. So
Interesting
I
point.
would say family come first, then every other thing follows.
I got that.
And I think most people agree, Fahim. I think that family does come first. I think if you were to even if you were to ask an educated woman in our Jamaat, does she put her career first? I'm sure she would give an answer that perhaps is a balance of both things, but I wouldn't say that she would say that family comes second.
Okay. So last comments?
I think there should be some kind of pre-marriage counseling session that should be held, and so that people can figure out what their priorities are going to be, and make a decision based on that.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.